Hello, my audience. I'm reviewing Doctor Strange 2, known as Multiverse of Madness, from 2022, released in the first follow-up and probably last follow-up to the Doctor Strange Benedict Cumberbatch run, his standalone run. Because I hear Marvel's going to reboot their universe after Doomsday and the Part 2 storyline of Doomsday. So I don't think Doctor Strange 3 is going to happen. So it'll be kind of like a short run. And how's the sequel? Well, it happened. And before I go further in my review, I want to give it a 6 out of 10 for a mediocre score. Look, I'm not really sure if this movie is that great or because this movie just feels like this movie isn't that bad, but it's not that great. It's just the same shit you expect from Marvel product. This feels pretty pointless, the writing. It is building up to nothing at this point. And going nowhere in the main plot of the movie or the main universe within it connected as a whole. I'm not really sure what this movie has to do with what Marvel's doing with their phase. I honestly think they're just making this shit up. Like, pulling right from the lore of the comics and taking inspiration to see what sticks. Because Doctor Strange now has a third eye at the end of Multiverse of Madness for some reason. I explain to us, the audience. He just has it now. Now, I know he has had a third eye on his forehead and written some issues of the comics. And I know it's like a version of the Yaya Agamotto that lets him see dark magic. Where I guess from what I understand, that's what the third eye does in comics when it's on his forehead. But honestly, you gotta explain that shit because I'm not really sure why he has the third eye outside of the knowledge that we know from the comics has been established from the 616 universe. So, because the movie doesn't explain it, and to me, that's a problem. Not explaining new magic that's new, or new elements that's new to the character that we haven't seen on the big screen yet. Now, I wasn't a fan of this movie and took away the mantle Sorcerer Supreme from The Strange and gave it to Wong of Stupid, I thought. Then again, so's the whole movie stupid. This is writing how to write the characters in the movie. It's like, and I mean, it's pretty stupid how they write Wanda Maximoff as finally this now this overpowered character. When in the past she never was that much overpowered in the contents of the movies. But then the One Vision show and this movie decides to make her overpower was on a multiverse level, in a threat level. I mean, it's like that seems like something you should have established earlier in her story. That she has unhinged power that's very overpowerful. I feel like they should have hinted at it early on her power level, but then show how she gets back control over it over the course of her run of a story as he is still told the stories out throughout the universe. It is cool. I will admit, while it is cool to see her finally have a somewhat costume that represents the 616 Scarlet Witch of the comics, thanks to WandaVision establishing the comics costume and her wearing a version of the comic book costume from the 616 universe. And they changed it a little in the Multiverse of Madness movie by modernizing it a little, by changed the little tone of red and also and the outfit a little bit, it has a different design than what they did in the show WandaVision. And honestly, I think this is a better outfit than the WandaVision outfit show. It just looks like more of an expensive, well put together outfit of a costume for the Scarlet Witch character, Wanda Maximoff. Honestly, I think she was the best part of the movie, but that's just because so much of the movie's dumb and goes and throws a lot of shock value was killing off the Illuminati. Like, you get to see a cameo of Patrick Stewart play a more comic book respectable version of Professor X, but he gets the most brutal kill out of the Illuminati. Like, and it's like this is like nightmare fuel how they killed them off. It's like, what the fuck is wrong with you, Marvel? I didn't like it. I didn't like how they killed off Black Bolt. I didn't like how they killed off Reed Richards. I didn't like that. Okay, that's all I care about. Okay, Reed Richards, Mr. Fantastic, and Black Bolt, and Professor X is all like the only who I care that they killed off for shock value. The other two members, Captain Marvel, played by who in this universe is Monica Rambeau, Rambo something, and she's a friend that's the friend of Captain Marvel from the Brie Larson movie that plays that Captain Marvel in this movie, and Captain Carter plays Captain Agent Carter plays a superhero version of herself with a name called something. I forget what superhero name is called. Okay, but she gets killed off the sack with the rest. So yeah, there was only 3 Illuminati characters and 2 characters. There was 2 characters I didn't care for, and 3 characters that bothered me that they killed off with shock value. Probably because the 3 that they killed off with shock value that I hated that he did was Miss Fantastic, Black Bolt, and Patrick Stewart's Professor X, and probably because those are the actual characters that from 616 comic book source material, and Carter isn't. And I don't know if this for a fact. Not Agent Carter. I mean Carter as a superhero Captain America character is not for the comics. But I don't know if the Illuminati's take on Captain Marvel. I don't know if that's a comic book character from the source material even. I mean, I know Reed Richards is, Professor X is, Black Bolt is, and they all get good design of the comic book designs for themselves, live action, and for the costumes are perfectly designed, and Reed Richards has a better costume in this movie than what he did in his own Fantastic Four movie played by Pedro Pascal's Reed Richards. Okay, I'm just gonna say that. His costume looks more comic accurate than Pedro Pascal's Three Richards costume in terms of the facial of the 616 design of the comics. That's why Doctor Strange 2 Multiverse of Madness gets a 6 out of 10. Okay, that's my review on Doctor Strange 2. Goodbye, subscribe, like this video please. Grow my channel, support my channel content. Bye.